Hi there. I finally got the chance to join in with Jane Davenport's Mermay. Every year since she's been doing it, I've said I'm going to do it. I'll do it next year. We've not got time this year. I'll do it next year. And of course, it just never happens. So this year, I actually took the time out and just drew, sat down, chilled out, relaxed, and I lost whole days, I've got to say. But it's really kept me sane and just so relaxing. I've used some products that I haven't used for a long time, which are my favourites. And I thought I'd give you a quick overview. Then you can see the colours a little better than the photographs. So we started off with prompts from Jane, and we had the 31 prompts. And I didn't necessarily follow them through in order. I kind of dipped back and forth. So on my Instagram page, they are a little bit mixed up. So forgive me for that, it was just the mood I was in. So the front cover is day one, and this is Ladies in Wading. So of course we've got the Queen of Mermaids and her ladies in wading with her. And I've used a mixture of different products in here. I've used koi watercolours, I've used Prismacolor pencils, which I absolutely adore, and thank you Jamie Doherty for wanting to sell yours when I was wanting to buy some many years ago. Still drawing with them. I've also used the koi neon watercolours, which I absolutely adore the colours of those. Micron pens, because I love doodling. And have mercy, I mean, that's just so simple. It's just fins sticking out of the sea, and it's just doodled with watercolour and a white Posca pen over the top. We moved on to in the Fishkatek. So of course we had to have a dancing, the glow. We have to have the mirrored ball, don't we, for the dancing. Strictly Come Fishing. So she's longingly looking up and waiting for someone to ask her to dance, I think. She's just dancing with her friends and dreaming of the guy that's going to come and ask her. Then we have the mermaid hair, and I don't care, and I think a lot of us have got mermaid hair at the moment and we don't care. So yeah, she's quite cool. Then we go on to, it was a shore thing, and that was on the 8th of May. And for me, the shore is the beach, it's shells, it's a nice shady tree, the sun up in the sky, and just chillaxing. Through the pearly gate, I actually painted this, I'm not quite sure how well it's going to show up, but I actually painted it with neon paint and also pearly paint as well, so it was quite literal for me. And it's just a doodly gate. I love drawing brickwork and just doodling anything really, just give me pen and ink, I'm happy. On the 10th we went to Seems a Little Fishy to Me, so we've got our Queen of Fishes and she has some little fishes joining her, hence the Seems a Little Fishy for Me remark. Then we moved on to An Enemy Within, and again I love drawing faces, can't help it. Faces, mermaids, seahorses. I live at the seaside and I get all my inspiration from what's around me basically, and I grew up loving the book The Water Babies, and the illustrations in there just absolutely stunning, so inspiring, the artwork. So I had great fun chilling out. Lots of prompts from inside Jane Davenport's book, The Marvellous Mermaids, and if you haven't managed to pick up a copy of Jane's book, it's absolutely beautiful. The artwork inside is just so inspirational. I love the way that Jane draws, and she's just one of those happy smiley people. I've never seen her without a smile on her face. Even when she goes through tough times, she's always got a beautiful smile on that beautiful face. So look at me now. And then this one, General Porpoise. I absolutely love it, that little face, so cute. Then we moved on to Mermaid Mayhem, and they are causing mayhem. I mean, there's lots of writing in the background here, and this journal is no means finished. I will go back and I will doodle and I will add things. I will add some stenciling, some writing in there, maybe add an extra layer of colour just to brighten some of them up. I was just determined I was going to finish this before the end of May and share it for a change. So yeah, there's a lot of mayhem in the background with a few words and things, and they're saying a few, you know, things maybe they shouldn't really be thinking at this time, but hey ho, that's the girls. So then we moved on to Wave Hello on the 15th of May, and she is just riding on her wave. So she's got little pals with her, and she has just got hair that I would love. I would love that kind of hair. Mine's neither here and there. So vitamin C, so that has to be the mermaid sat on her rock, just looking out to sea. She's surrounded by beautiful seashells. She's got beautiful long locks, and she's just sitting there soaking in the sea air. Now, seal of approval on the 17th. I've got to say, this cheeky little fellow is possibly my favourite, but don't tell any of the others. I just really like how he turned out. I love his little face and his eyes and his little chunky belly. I just think he's uber cute. On the 18th, we moved on to Ocean Eyes, and this is just one of those drawings that nothing went right. I hated the colour, I hated the composition, I liked the mermaid in the eye, and that was about it. So it got rejigged so many times and things added. But again, I will go on and I will probably make some more changes. I'll do some extra layers onto the skin and just change the shades of that. I'm just waiting. Oh, bad excuse really, but a lot of this, I use Caran d'Ache pastels in my work as well, the near colours, near colour 1, near colour 2, and I realised that there were quite a few colours I was actually missing, so I placed a little order. So within that order I've got some flesh tones coming, salmon pink, salmon, flesh, so yeah, we'll go back over and add a little more colour to some of these faces. Now this tropical beauty is from the 19th of May, and she's sanding my hair, and I don't care. This is my resting beach face. Oh, I can't wait to get back down on our beach again. We're still closed here in Wales. Not allowed out, just out. So on the 20th, c'est la vie, whatever. And I think the way that her lips ended up just say it all. They're just saying, oh yeah, whatever. So, tipped the scales on the 21st of May, and we had to have an anchor. I don't know why, the anchor just sprang to my head because, I don't know, I think it's because it's symmetrical, and it just seemed to make a really good scale for me, and it was a play on words with the mermaids who were hanging off, and this one's got a fatter bum because obviously her side's gone down lower. We like a little fat botted mermaid. So on the 22nd we had hook, line and sinker, and I must admit I like this one as well, with the hook and the bubbles and a little friend, and I like the way that she turned out, and she's just having a little old rest, chatting to a little friend over there and just hanging on to the end of the hook. On the 23rd we moved over, and it was Have a Merry Time. Now that is not a boat, it's just an idea of a boat. It came out of my head. I'd seen boats that Jane's drawn, and it's not meant to be correct scale. It is a whimsical boat, as everything is in my little world. It's whimsical. I draw from my head, inspired by Willowing, Jane Davenport, Dina Wakley. There are some amazing artists out there, many more as well that, you know, gosh, I can't remember the names, but you know, there are so many out there. Danielle Donaldson as well, incredible artist. So Have a Merry Time. So she just got the boat had just kind of, I don't know, the boat's on her mind, I think, was the easiest way to put that with my northern humour. So the 24th we were fierce and fishious. So of course we had to have a fierce chap, and but it had to be a whimsical fierce chap, so I think that kind of fitted the bill. His tail went wrong, so we changed it quite a bit, but again I'll probably go back in and I'll just make a few little changes. On the 25th we were at the bottom of the ocean. So at the bottom of the ocean we have the starfish and the shells, the rocks, the seaweed. The 26th, now this was another one that just went completely wrong, and I nearly painted over her in gesso. She nearly disappeared. She might do yet, I'm still not sure about this one, but I love the cup. I really like the flowers on the cup. I like the way her hair ended up, I just don't like her face. Very sorry, Mrs. Mermaid, but no, you're not my cup of tea, and I think we may change you slightly. So the 27th, we were feeling inspirational, and I'd drawn this one right at the beginning of the month. Actually, I sort of had an idea of where I wanted to go with it. So she's got the fins coming out of her neck as like little wings, really, and she's got the seashells in her hair, and I quite like the way she turned out. I love her hair. Imagine having hair that colour. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So body of water, and this was something I haven't drawn fish for years, and it was a case of I decided, do I get some kind of idea in my head of how these fish are going to look, or do I just keep it from my mind? And that was in the end what I decided to do. So everything has come from what was going on inside my head, which is a little bit scary, really, when you think about it. So this was body of water. So she really does have a body of water, and a fish adornment in her hair. So Friday, that was the 29th of May, we had the fairy godmother. So of course she has to be fairy godmother. She needs a magic wand to wave over us all, and some stars. And again, I'm going to go over the top and add some deeper colours to this one as well. Even though I like the way that these work as a 2-page spread and the colours coordinate, I still want to go back and add some more detail in, some more colour to the skin tones, and just make the bodice and the star a little richer coloured. So Saturday, we were having a sinking feeling, and again, I don't like this face at all, but I do like her body, and we've got the sunken galleon, obviously. I absolutely love the I don't know what you call these things on the front. Do you remember the old oh gosh, I can't remember. There was like the figurine, the bust that was at the front of the ships, all carved out of wood, and she led the way, didn't she? She led the sailors and pirates as well. And so this mermaid is a little bit, I don't know, she's a little bit of a sass, because she's got a tattoo in there. And then I carried it over. I wanted it to be kind of a double spread, because today's the 31st and it was time to coast. So she's not far from the coast, and we can see she's picked a shell because a hand went wrong, and so I don't know how many fingers she ended up with. I went a little bit wrong on this side, and I got a line. My pen slipped and I've got a line where I didn't want one, and I just, you know, and you just think, oh flip, leave it. So this hand, I gave her a shell and coloured it in, so the fingers are hidden in between the shells, which you can just about see them. I would have got away with that, wouldn't I, if I had told you? Anyway, so this one's very cartoon-like, and we've got the rocks and we've got the lighthouse, and this one's definitely not finished just yet. I will definitely be going back onto this and adding more colour. So that was a little flick through of my Mermay with Jane Davenports prompts, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope I'm brave enough to do some more filming and actually pop it on to my YouTube, which is the whole point of it, isn't it? And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.